There's been a lot of craziness in the world. Excuse the sun over here. The sun is like beaming on me. Every time I get in the car, it feels like the sun is the sun is literally following me. But I welcome it. I welcome the sunshine. It's better than the rain, that's for sure. So to my twin flames, I wanted to make this video for you all. I just finished doing a 2021 message video about the current state of the world, what's to come, what's been going on. So if you haven't seen that 2021 message titled "It's Okay to Not Be Okay," that video may also be something that you're interested in listening to, okay? And I hope y'all are having a good day. I know right now things are really bad across the board. Make a little twin flames out here who have been, it's back now. So what I really want to say to my fellow twin flames, touch upon different subjects, so just take what applies first, right? Right now people are focusing on staying afloat, okay? That's the task at hand right now, is people are focusing on staying afloat. So if there's any kind of environmental or outside pressure that twin flame could be going through, or a loss or a tragedy or anything like that, you may or may not know, okay? During this time, for as long as this pandemic is going to be around, your twin flame may not really be able to communicate with you as much, or hang out with you, or, you know, anything that you were doing with your twin before the pandemic and you've not been able to do it now. I think that what twin flames need to do is take off this pressure off their own back, okay? Speaking from experience, okay? So way to feel lighter, especially in your heart chakra, your throat chakra. I know a lot of people right now have been dealing with their throat chakra, their heart chakra, their root chakra. You know, these areas have been needing a lot of tuning, okay? So I really want to take the pressure off of you, because I know that there's twins here who so desperately want to help the planet, and they so desperately want to help people and, you know, do mission work and all types of stuff right now, but not everybody is going to be able to do that. You know, I actually just want to say for the record that some twin flames may get union after all this, should I say, collateral damage goes down, okay? You know, the fact of the matter is that people have occurred, I would say, situations or circumstances that are totally and completely out of their control. So the best thing you could do at this point is to forgive your twin. Like, if your twin did something grimy before the pandemic, you know, let's just say like cheating or lied to you or ghosted you, you know, give them some grace. I'm not saying that it's okay, but what I'm saying is, if you're gonna be harboring this energy in your heart space of anger and resentment, and why did we not achieve union before this pandemic, before the whole world's gone to hell, you know, and everything is just out of control, you know, why did we not get this right? Why did my twin not get this right? You know, with all due respect, you don't know, with all due respect, you don't know to the T what your twin is going through, and even more so, your twin does not know exactly what you're going through. So if at this time you are getting communication, I would definitely encourage both of you to be more honest and open about the fears, you know, your future plans. Like, if you know, want to get married or you want to move in, I think that it's kind of like crunch time. It's kind of like, you know, why are you wasting people's time? You know, even with your twin, I just think that in the world we're living in right now, there's no time to waste. You know, time is is limited, for everybody right now. And the pressures, the outside pressures, the outside responsibilities are completely and utterly gut-wrenching, and the pressures of so many things coming at us at once is really just not entirely in our control. So what I would say for the twins who are in communication but are not in union, are not officially, together, which means boyfriend, girlfriend, 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 like not really together, but you're just kind of feeling things out. What I would say is try to get to the heart of the matter, begin to ask your twin what they want for their future, because, we don't know how bad the future is gonna get. I mean, I think it's safe to say that things are gonna get worse. That's kind of like a no-brainer. Things have to get worse before they get better. So, if you're able to get some time with your twin, it would be good to really make the most of that time and not try to backpedal on what they did wrong and be petty. And neither should your twin, right? If your twin right now is being a hardhead and being petty with you and being mean to you, don't even waste your time, because they're trying to relive the past. What if your twin is doing that to you? They're trying to fish for an argument. They're trying to find something to complain about. So you don't need that, okay? At this time, there's enough stress going on in the world where you don't need to feel overwhelmed or more overwhelmed than you already are, right? Let me turn my car here because the sun is super bright and I can't even see. I'm gonna repark here. Much better. And I could finally actually keep my eyes 100% open. The sun was great, but I'm not sun gazing right now. I'm actually trying to make a video. So I'm like, let me just repark real quick so I can really focus on the message here. So yeah, I would definitely say for those twins who are in communication, make the most of it, because if you know that your twin has a habit of ghosting you or not responding to you, they're going to keep doing it. So what you have to do is nip some of this crap in the butt. If you see that your twin is getting ready to leave again or getting ready to hide from you again, be assertive. Don't be domineering. Don't be a drag. Don't be a menace, but address it. You know what I'm saying? If you are in contact with your twin now and your twin is still playing games, get to the heart of the matter. Say things like, how are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is your plans for the future? In this very uncertain time we're living in, be realistic. Okay. Like, this is not the time now to be dancing around the issue. Like, it's not the time for that. Okay. It's really not. So the message in this video is, if you haven't gotten union yet, especially in 2021, cut you and your twin some slack. Okay. It's not the end of the world. If your twin is with somebody else and they're not with you, don't even waste your time, is what I would say. Like, if you know that your twin is actively dating somebody else, sleeping with somebody else in a time like this, they're probably not awakened, is what I would definitely say. Like, if your twin, for example, is with a karmic or sleeping around on you, not committing to you, there's a high chance that your twin is not awake, is not really consciously aware of the connection. Because you see, in times like this, you really should not be sharing your body with just anybody. Okay, and I'm not knocking hookup culture. I'm not knocking any of that. I'm just saying, in times like this, you should not just be laying down with anybody, okay, for so many reasons. So if your twin is doing that, don't bend over backwards and break your back to try to change that person, because they're probably going through some kind of metamorphosis that you have no idea about. Your twin is probably needing to let go of some people and let go of certain things that they're not probably wanting to do. And so you can't force them, right? You cannot force your twin to act right or to let go of a booty call or a karmic. Like, you know, there's limits, there's boundaries to this. So it has to be that your person is wanting to. And what I'll even say is, if you have not heard from your twin for this whole time, your twin is obviously working on themselves. Your twin is obviously preoccupied either with work matters, family matters, you know, the list goes on and on and on. The reality is your twin does not have a time for you right now, or has chosen not to give you that extra time because they're focused on maybe changing their job, or they have a more increase in workload, or whatever's going on. So I would say that regardless of what's happening right now with you and your twin, whatever it is, whether it's separation, cheating, you know, on and off communication, anything that's not stable, what I would say at this time is just value your space, right? Value what you can value. Prioritize yourself, because if you're constantly looking backwards and looking sideways and trying to figure out what your twin is doing, you're losing sight of your own self. You're getting caught up and looking over there, but you're not focusing on yourself. So if you see that your twin is focusing on themselves and they're not focused on you, you have to respect that. You can't force them. So whether you're a guy or girl, whatever sexual orientation, whatever gender you are watching, just know that they have to be willing. You can't drag someone to the altar. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could lead a horse to water, but you can't let them drink it. So even if you're in a situation where you could try to manifest them, it's only going to go so far if that person really has not healed, if that person really hasn't awakened for themselves, if that person really does not understand why they're feeling what they're feeling. Like, they have to go through their own bips and bops of healing and growing and evolving into who they need to be and honoring that. So, use this time as a period of introspection. Use this time as kind of an energy of like, what will be will be. I'm not saying that you don't need to manifest them, because clearly if you want to be with them, you have to try to manifest them, right? You have to attract them back to you, obviously, duh. But what I'm saying is, don't overkill it. Don't get hard or sad on yourself if it's not happening as quick as you want it to. And think about it. If you were to get married right now, or have these kind of first moments with your twin in this kind of world, how beautiful would it really be? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even vacation. Like, it's not the same world we're living in anymore. Things are just, I have no words for that, really. So instead of feeling bad or feeling upset or angry at the fact that your twin is not doing what you want and not responding to how you feel, turn it back on yourself and ask yourself, why am I not valuing how I feel? Why am I neglecting what I got going on? You see what I'm saying? Because you want your partner, you want your twin, whether it's as a friend or romantically, to be present, to be open to what you have to say, right? You want your twin to feel welcome to come back. If you're in separation, you want your twin to be able to tell you things that they've never told you before. You want your twin to be transparent with you. So, that's going to take some time. And whether it's a couple months or over a year, you have to kind of just honor that. Because like I said, right now people are getting, and rightfully so, they're getting distracted with a lot of 3D things. And it's just the reality, you know, to keep a roof over their head, to keep the gas in their car, food on their table, you know, they have to focus on other things. So like, for example, have I at any point blamed my twin and felt like angry at my twin? Well, earlier in the year, yeah. But then I wisened up and said, you know what? Like, so many things are out of our control, and I don't have energy to waste on shoulda, coulda, woulda, you know, like that's all excuses. That's all hot air and gas. So definitely, um, be discerning. Like be discerning of what's happening in your connection. You know, you can still connect on the 5D. Telepathy is still very much there. You know, I know a lot of twins who are having a lot of telepathic situations. I mean, I know I have. So regardless if you're with somebody else, if there was somebody, it doesn't really matter. The connection is a connection. And so just to honor the fact that you're not perfect, your person's not perfect, nobody's perfect, is going to take a lot of pressure off of you, and a lot of pressure off of the need to be in union, the need to be together, and the need to, you know, every second of the day, which is not realistic right now. I think for a lot of twins, it's not realistic. And in general, amongst the spiritual community, people have been voicing the fact that there's been a lot of unexpected things that have popped up. You know, people are not able to be as available. People are not able to upload as much. And I said that, you know, in my other video, I've been able to tell you all that that's what happened to me. Like, I had to focus on, you know, other, you know, mandatory responsibilities, and I couldn't just be on YouTube, you know, as much as I was before. I had to really pace myself, because, you know, my workload was just ridiculous, and the responsibilities were out the wazoo. So for example, with me, my focus right now is not walking down the aisle. You know, my focus right now is not trying to have a sunlit, candlelit dinner with my twin. Like, that's not my focus right now. My focus right now is survival and being healthy and getting at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep every day. You know, that's my focus right now. So if you find yourself in a position where you're angry at the fact that you're not with your twin, and like, you don't know what's going on, you know, if it's that severe, and you feel like there's like mind games, like if you're in a situation where you feel like there's like a lot of like mixed signals and mind games, then ask the universe. You know, don't be afraid to ask the universe for messages, for signs, for a symbol, for clarity. You know, if you feel like there's something else going on that you're not okay with, like if it's another person, you're more than able to ask for that clarity from the universe. But then once you ask, once you get the clarity, release it. Don't harp on it, because the message is not going to change. Like, whatever's going on with your twin, it's not going to change. Like, it's not going to change overnight, most likely, right? If it's long distance, right? Okay, people can't travel. People can't go on a plane right now. People really don't have, you know, it's not the safest right now to be traveling in that way. So even more so for the long distance twin flames, right? Or, you know, there's a issue with transportation, there's an issue with mobility. There's so many things I could say, like issues, just blockages. Respect it. Respect that you both are in this time where the world is not allowing you to fly to this person if you are long distance, and leave it at that. Don't say, oh, the world's against me, and oh, everything is so unfair, and why can't I see my twin, and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's only gonna make you go crazy. Like, I think every twin has been in a situation right now where like they're going crazy. They're like, I want to know what's going on with my person. I want to see them. I want to be with them. And I get that. Trust me, I understand. But what we have to understand is that you may be focusing on this situation and your person's focusing on something completely different. Like, you may be focused on purchasing property or paying off your car, paying off your mortgage, and your twin is focusing on graduating, or your twin is focusing on getting a promotion, your twin is focusing on their ailing a sick grandparent. Like, you know, two different lives, like two different things that you have to focus on. So at this time, don't get so caught up with, I want it now. I want union now. I want this person to act right now. Not realistic. You know, and I'm going to tell you that it's not realistic, because you don't know what your person's going through. And like I said, if your person is acting up, if your person's doing bad things behind your back, trust me, you'll know. It will be revealed to you, whether it's through a reading or through social media or word of mouth. Like, if something shady is going on and that's what you're concerned about, you will know, you will find out, you will have an inner knowing, or you'll actually see it. You'll actually physically see it for others of you. And that's that. You see what I'm saying? Whatever your twin chooses to do, respect it. Because by you not respecting it and by you not being able to be flexible, what you're doing is having the resistance and the blockages continue to outrule the connection. Don't let this 3D matrix overstep your connection. Don't let it make you a bitter person, is what I'm trying to say. Like, it's just certain times in life where we can't really have our grip on every little thing, and that's okay. So, like, if you haven't talked to your twin, if you haven't seen your twin, you know, and you want to, and there's a yearning, meditate on it. Connect with them in the 5D. You know what I'm saying? Ask the universe to orchestrate the meeting, right? You know, be strategically smart about it, but don't do it from a place of lack, because anything you say or do from a place of lack is only going to cause more heartache for you. So just be mindful that life is life. A lot of people are very busy. I'm very busy. A lot of people have just had life happen. Just life has been happening, and they're not just able to do what they used to do and spend time on things that they used to spend time on. You know, if you were texting your twin every damn day, and now you've had to get a second or third job, or, you know, you've had to take care of a loved one, or you've had to do certain things, and your schedule's all out of whack, and you don't have time to check up on your twin, you know, let it be. You know what I'm saying? Just let it be. Like, right now, the earth is purging. If you haven't noticed, like, we're in a purge situation where it's ridding itself of a lot of things. A lot of things are also being illuminated and exposed, but a lot of things are also being purged and cleansed out. So during this time, allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to heal, allow yourself to get rid of those layers of secrecy and hurt and doubt, and just release it. Just let it go. So in a nutshell, focus on yourself. That's simple. You want to see them, you haven't heard from them, manifest it. Ask the universe, call upon whatever you want to call upon, Allah, Jesus, God, the universe, your angels, ancestors, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to use, right? No discrimination here, okay? Ask them, ask it. Also, connect with your higher self and ask yourself, what is the best course of action for this moment right now? That's a really good thing to do. Like, if you're ever having like severe doubt, like chronic anxiety or like pain, like you're feeling a lot of pain, one of the best things to do is to like tap in with your higher self and like really get still and quiet and ask yourself, what is the course of action that I need to take right now? And your higher self will help you follow through and have the grace to do what you got to do, right? You within yourself will help yourself get it together. But if you do want like outside, you know, universal support, then call upon God, call upon your angels, call upon whatever you desire and say, okay, I haven't heard from this person. Why is that? Or ask questions like that where you're gonna get an answer. You know, word it in a way where you're gonna get an answer back, and see what comes up, see what you run into. It could be numbers, could be sequences, could be a video, could be anything. Even this video could be anything you stumble upon that gives you some kind of information that satisfies, it quenches that curiosity. But I can definitely tell you that if you're not talking to your twin, if you're not with your twin, if you're not in union, that it's not your fault right now, because there's things that are happening behind the scenes that you have no idea about. And maybe right now you have to just trust the process and trust that whatever is going to be will be, whatever needs to happen will happen in its own special timing, and to not force it, because a part of this also is about trying to force something, try to make something happen. And whenever we get in that energy as human beings, especially, we never win. You know, whenever we're in this energy of chasing and not attracting, we don't win. You know, we don't come out on top. You know, we're left empty, we're left searching for something. When we try to toil to make something happen, it never works out the way we want it to, does it? You know, opposed to when you're in flow state, you're attracting, you're high vibe, you're calm, you're cool, collected, things come to you so much better, so much sweeter. But when we're in this energy of, I gotta make it happen, let's go and let's get out here and let me prove to my twin that I am better than for them than this person, and I'm gonna do this with my looks, I'm gonna, like, that is just crazy talk, because your twin is your twin. You know, if it's really your twin, nobody can replace you. Like I've always said, like, I don't care if it's a karmic, I don't care who it is. Like, your twin is your twin. And if you're in this energy, and if the world has convinced you, if anything out here in this 3D matrix has convinced you that you need to change yourself to be enough for this person, that's the wrong thought pattern already. If anything, you should be wanting to be a better person. Your twin should be wanting to be better for you. It shouldn't be coming from a place of lack or deception. It should be coming from a place of empowerment and growth, because you want to. You know, you can't force anybody. Like, it should be coming from a place of, I want to be better, not that I have to compete to show this person that I am better. That's silly, because, you know, then at that point, you'll feel like it's never enough. And maybe your twin feels like that right now. Maybe your twin feels like, okay, it's just never enough. You know, whatever I do, it's just never good enough. So you're going to have to shift your perspective. So absolutely keep in mind right now that a lot of things in this world, 3D reality, is an illusion. It's not real. It's fake. It is designed to drive you insane. It is designed to make you feel hopeless, and you have to ignore that, look beyond that, connect with your higher self, and ask for guidance, ask for help. Never be too ashamed to ask for help. If you're feeling down, you're feeling empty, you're feeling lost, there's always going to be something you can turn to. Always. Information, a video, a book, a message, a podcast. There's always something that you can kind of hold on to keep the hope alive, or to make you feel better. And it's not like in the sick, sadistic way where you're like, I gotta make myself, you know, launch myself into this, you know, make-believe thing, and it's gonna just, everything's gonna just be working overnight. It's not to be like unrealistic. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be also mindful that your timing may not be the timing of your twin. So you and your twin have to both be in that space. It has to be a created space where both you and your twin are available for one. Okay? If your twin's not even available to even call you, what makes you think that they're going to be available to marry you overnight, if that's how you're thinking? Like, you know, it takes money, it takes resources, it takes time, it takes maturity. It takes a lot of things to have that perfect concoction of, you know, a solid relationship, a solid marriage, if that's what you're going for. If it's just a friendship, then it's not going to be as hard. But if you're going for romantic, then yeah, it's going to be, it's going to require something. Let's put it that way. You know, rings are not free, right? You got to pay for a ring. You know, it's not cheap. So think of it like that. You know, the good things take time. So don't get too hard on yourself. And especially I feel during the pandemic, like, you know, that should not really be a priority for most people. I don't think it should really be a priority. I think what should be a priority is, you know, focusing on your health, your loved ones. And if your twin is a part of that and can join you, then great. But for a lot of twins, that's not been the case. For a majority of twins, they've not been able to get into union and stay in union because there's so much going on that they're getting caught up. And I think that it's like self-sabotage, you know, being down on yourself or blaming yourself or blaming your twin for whatever is not helpful. Like during this time, it's really not helpful. So just be mindful that, you know, your twin is going through things. So are you. You both are human. And at the end of the day, you know, if you're meant to be together, you will, whether it's next week or next year. You just got to be mindful that, you know, you're both are going through your own, you know, life crap, and that, you know, for a lot of us out here, like people are pulling at us, you know, our job, if you have kids, like there's a lot of demands. And so you're only one person. Remember this, you're only one person. So you're trying to save the world, trying to save yourself, trying to save your loved ones, trying to make things better. You know, you're going to be burned out. Like the reality is, especially as a light worker, whatever you want to call it, like you're going to be burnt the hell out. And so, you know, if you are like a reader like me, or like an intuitive or Reiki or whatever spiritual gift you have, astronomy, astrologer, author, coach, you know, you gotta honor yourself. And if people don't understand that and don't respect that, it's their loss, because, you know, sometimes you have to take care of matters at home. You got to take care of yourself, you know. And I've been trying to say this in the nicest way on my channel as well, as like before I could service 20 people, you know what I'm saying, when a couple days I could be pumping out readings like nobody's business. And now that I, you know, everything with work has shifted again, and there's like other things coming up, and it's just, life is crazy, I can't do that. And I want to, but I can't. And I have to honor that. I have to honor the fact that we're in a different kind of like era right now. We're in a different situation. And if I can't be there for myself, I definitely can't be there for my twin. I can't be there for you all. So especially if you're like in my situation, where, you know, you are a helper, like you do spread information, you do help people, you do like lead the way, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you have to not feel guilty for taking some time out for yourself, because like I said, if you don't take care of yourself, who's going to do it? Like nobody. You know, if your health is declining, if your bank account's declining, if you can't pay your bills, you know, they're not going to help you. I mean, they may be able to, but they can't. It's not a guarantee. So what is a guarantee is you looking out for yourself. And quite frankly, that's what your twin should be doing. You know, your twin should be looking out for themselves, and they should not be putting all this baggage on you to reach out all the time and to try to make them talk to you. Like, that's not your responsibility. You know, your responsibility is to yourself and to your kids. And that's really it. Like, if you're not even married to the person, you know, like it's not your responsibility to make this person do the right thing. Like, your twin should be doing the right thing regardless if you're there or not. You know, and if your twin is only doing the right thing when you're around, then there's some kind of selective behavior going on. You know, your twin should be trying to be the best version of themselves regardless if you're around or not. And if they're only acting right when you're burning yourself out trying to make this person wake up and understand, then there's some kind of manipulative, illusionary behavior going on. Because if your twin is only going to be acting right when they get something from you, when they hear from you, but they don't reach out to you, there's an imbalance there. So make sure that whatever you're putting out, you're getting back. And if you're not, the universe will compensate, divine compensation. So if you're not getting it in the physical, you'll get it in other ways. Trust me when I tell you that. But don't be played as a fool. You know what I'm saying? Like, If you're wasting your free time reaching out and they're not even responding to you, that's disrespect. You know, straight up, that's just complete disrespect. And if your twin was sacrificing their time to talk to you and you answered them, you know, and you didn't answer them, it'd be the same thing. Like, it's disrespect all the way around. You know what I'm saying? So your twin has to value your time. Your twin has to value the sacrifice and the blood, sweat, and tears that you've been putting in to even get them to talk to you. Your twin should respect that. And if you're at this kind of like juncture in your connection where you realize that your person does not respect you, does not care about what's going on in your life, then maybe you need to release whatever for a little bit and just focus back on yourself, because they're preoccupied, they're distracted, they're, you know, up in the clouds. So take care of yourself, like, is what I'm going to say again. Take care of yourself and don't worry about, you know, union necessarily. You know, real life is happening for all of us. The world is ever changing, and to put this immense pressure on yourself or your twin to be perfect, to be this fantasy, will hurt you every time. It will make your heart break. So give yourself the grace to say, okay, you know what? I'm not going to chase my twin. I'm not going to try to talk to my twin. I'm not going to be bending over backwards. You know, I've made my intentions known, you know, before in the past. You know, you've exchanged I love yous or anything like that. Your twin will remember that, you know. And like I said, in dream state, in signs and symbols, in telepathy, you'll get something back, you know, through a song, hearing certain songs. You know, be aware of that, and that is your sign that they hear you. They hear your heartbeat. You know, they know that you're there. But if for whatever reason they're not able to come through for you in the 3D, then just let it be, because there's obviously a reason for that. And whenever the channel of communication is clear in the 3D, they'll come through. Don't worry. Whenever they're ready, they'll come through. But you can't force them. You can manifest it. You can put your intention out there, but you cannot make them what they're not, and you cannot force them to do things that they don't want to do. Especially if your twin has a lot of skeletons in their closet, right? A lot of addiction, a lot of issues, a lot of trauma that they have not even faced amongst this craziness in the world. When they come towards you, they're going to know that they have to really bear all. And keep in mind, for others of you out here, that maybe your twin is not ready to bear all. Maybe your twin is just simply not ready to come clean to you, to fix those things. And if they know that if they do come towards you, there may be a different standard that you're holding them to. So just keep in mind that for others of you, it's more severe, where there's kids involved, there could be marriages involved, there could be addictions involved, karmics involved. And at that point, you know, it's a tall order, right? It's a tall, heavy order. And you may not be able to withstand that right now. You know, if you really think about it, like if your twin came to you right now and said to you, I'm gonna get clean, I'm gonna stop doing drugs, I'm gonna stop drinking, I'm gonna stop, you know, entertaining booty calls, I'm gonna stop doing all this shit, and you know that your twin's been in this behavioral pattern for years or for months, that's a tall order. That's going to require a lot of patience, a lot of forgiveness. So maybe when you really think about it, you're not even ready to even hear the confession. You're not even ready to face that with your twin. And when you are, you will. But realistically, think about it. Think about it. If your twin was to text you right now, would you be able to handle it? Would you be able to have that very tough conversation? A lot of you, the answer is no. So be okay with the separation. Be okay with the distance. Be okay with being not up each other's butt right now and not being glued. Be okay with that. Be okay with just maybe feeling them around you, you know, nighttime or in the day or whatever, and connecting with them in the 5D, and that's it. Be okay with that. If that's what you feel is best, be okay with that. You know, if you don't want to, you know, date around, I mean, consult God, you know, ask God, ask your angels. I'm not going to tell you if you should or not. For those who are wondering about dating other people, that's up to you. Okay. I think I already said my stance on that, which is time waits for no one. So if you want to date other people and you feel it's on, your conscience is clear, then go for it. But my advice with that is you have to really go within. Like I said, you cannot just go as a generic one size fits all. You have to see for your own circumstance and what you feel with your life is right for you. If you have a soulmate, you got a twin flame, and you feel like your soulmate's more available and your twin flame is playing games with you, it's a no-brainer, the soulmate, right, for the time being. But others of you, it's like, be realistic, you know, don't be sinister, don't look at it as like a dark cloud, but at the same time be aware that things are not, the conditions are not perfect right now, is what I'm trying to say. So if there's things going on where your person's lost their job or they have no income, which is very severe, they're not gonna, if they're smart, they should not be calling you because they have no money. You know, like, that's an example. Like, if the person has no job and has no income and they have a stack of bills, it'd be a little bit selfish, I think, to expect your twin to be talking to you. So if you know, for example, that your twin has financial issues and you're trying to call them and pop up, and not necessary. Like, your person is not going to tell you that because they're ashamed. You know, they may be ashamed of that. So just be aware that, you know, things happen. Life is not perfect. But yeah, if you want to date other people in the meantime, really think about it. You know, before just diving into another relationship, really ask yourself, is this the right decision? You know, ask yourself genuinely, is this a good idea? If I go out and date somebody else, you know, no intimacy, no physical intimacy even on the table, just go out and date. Or if you want, I mean, ask yourself, is it going to help me? Is it going to distract me? Or is it going to be a benefit? Like, is it a benefit or is it a distraction? So start there if you're wondering if you should do that. But, you know, like I said, most likely you need to work on yourself. You need to focus on yourself. Most likely, if you're in that position, unless you come across a soulmate, I don't think it's worth the risk. I don't think it's worth you putting your heart on the line when you have to heal. Because before you even entertain somebody else, you got to heal. So even if you met somebody else, you still have to heal, Divine Feminine. So just be aware of that. You know, don't put yourself in a compromising situation here. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're making yourself look bad for no reason. It's not worth it. So yeah, I mean, if the person's worth it and you feel you have the green light, go for it. You know, if you feel if it's the right thing to do, go for it. But if you know that deep down it's not the right decision and it's going to backfire on you and it's going to cause this third party drama and it's going to be some big deal, then don't do it. It's not worth the headache, you know. And your twin can feel that, you know. I've come across some forums where they've said, can your twin feel when you're having sex with somebody else? 1,000% yes. Can your twin feel you with somebody else? 1,000% yes. People love to say, oh, your twin can't feel that. If it's a real twin flame, they can feel that, okay? They may not want to feel that, but they can definitely feel that. Your twin will be able to pick it up, even if it's after the kiss or whatever has happened. If just anybody's wondering, your twin will definitely pick that up. Your twin will definitely pick it up. I mean, I'm just telling you the reality. Like, your twin can sense if you're crushing on somebody else, or if you're intimate with somebody else, they'll be able to pick that up. Believe me when I tell you. So if you think DM or DF that you can go out here and kiss on somebody else and your twin don't know, you're lying to yourself. Your twin knows that you're with somebody else. So that's another thing to think about. Is it worth your twin seeing you with somebody else, like literally seeing you with somebody else? Is it worth your twin calling you out? Because I've called out my twins call me out. Is it worth the embarrassment? Probably not. But if you are doing that, like I said, like, honesty is the best policy. Just be honest about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But not everybody can do that. So thank you all for watching. Hope this video just helped you, you know, calmed your anxiety or like your concern about getting into union, you know, being with your twin, you know, let off some steam, give it a break, relax, You know, when it's going to happen, it's going to happen. It's not the end of the world, okay? There's bigger fish to fry. There's more important things in the world going on than just being loved up on your twin. You know, when your twin is able to be with you, they will. And it's not on, you know, you guys' timeline necessarily either. It's got to be like divine timing. It's got to be when everything is right. And that's what you want, right? You want at the end of the day things to be at the right time, right place, right situation, not when it's the world's crap like this. I mean, not really, if you think about it. So, love you all. Bye.